Welcome to Beyond L&D, presented by NorthPass. I'm your host, Peter, and today I'm joined by Leah Hooper, a curriculum developer at Upland Software. Thanks for joining us today, Leah.
Thanks for having me.
So why don't we start by you telling me a little bit about you and how you use training at Upland Software.
At Upland, we have many products, one of which is called Qvidian. It's an RFP and proposal automation software. So it's a very robust solution that our customers really can use some support when they're first learning how to use it. So with NorthPass, we offer Qvidian University courses that allow them to learn the product, get hands-on with the product throughout their course, and be ready to start saving time answering RFPs.
Qvidian, like you said, is a very robust product. It has a lot of features and functionalities. What sort of tips and tricks do you use to make sure your customers are getting the essential knowledge they need to be able to use your product to their best ability?
Mm-hmm. One thing we do is we offer different courses for different types of users so that each user and each participant in that course is learning just the things that they need to know for how they're going to use the product. One of the most important things when learning how to use a software application is having hands-on experience. So in NorthPass, I'm able to give them demonstration videos where they can see us using the product to complete a particular task. And then we give them a login so they can mimic the same task with an actual login to a Qvidian account. And having that balance between watching a demonstration then doing hands-on practice really goes a long way to making sure that you're taking the time right then to apply what you've learned instead of cramming a bunch of information in your head before you ever have a chance to apply it.
You mentioned that your goal with your training program is to teach people how to use your product, and everything that you're doing and everything you're creating should really gravitate around that goal because, like we mentioned before, there's a difference between teaching people how to use something and teaching people about something. And you guys are teaching people how to use your product. So
yes.
How do you make sure everything you create gravitates around that goal and you're really teaching people how to use your product?
One of the things that we like to do is create stories around our topics. So when you're learning how to use something, why do I care? Why do I care that I should click here or click there? What is the problem I'm trying to solve? And how is this going to make my job easier and help me do my work more quickly? So by introducing our topics with a story in NorthPass and having the immediate follow-up of a demonstration and then the immediate follow-up from that of doing the hands-on activity has been a very successful kind of rhythm to our courses of presenting a story, the motivation, why should I care about learning this, then how do I do it, and introducing that and showing the demonstration in little 3 to 5 minute snippets, and then having the learner have the opportunity to do it themselves right then.
I love how you guys take the hands-on approach, especially when your goal is to have your people learn how to use your software. It's like riding a bike. You can watch people ride a bike all you want, but you're not going to actually learn how to do it until you jump on and you fall a few times and you get going. So how do you use that blended approach to give people the essential knowledge that they need through courses and also take on the hands-on approach so that they can actually get their hands dirty and start using the product?
We like to call it online guided learning. So the bike example is great, except for we don't want our customers to have to fall down. We want to support them as they're learning the product. So the other thing that goes along with our online guided learning process is that they have a named instructor that they can email with. That instructor gives them personalized feedback to every assignment they submit through NorthPass. And then they have the discussion board where they can ask questions and communicate with other people who are doing the same thing at the same time they are, so that while they get that great experience of being hands-on, that's the best way to learn how to do something, but not feel like they're alone in that process and having an instructor that's helping them along the way.
Yeah, and having that instructor humanizes the process so much because there's so many training programs that are just 30-minute, hour-long videos that they just expect you to sit down and watch, but really making learning more bite-sized, more digestible, knowing your learner and how they digest their content and adding the human element. Those are all tips that really improve engagement. So are there any other tips and tricks that you use that helps improve engagement?
With customer training, one of the things that's really important is that we need to understand our learners have a full-time job. taking time to learn about how to use our product is on top of everything else they're already doing. So by creating motivation and urgency around the training, that really helps to motivate them to get the training done. So we don't have our students get access to our courses for an indefinite period of time. There's a start date, there's an end date, and during that start and end date, that's when they have that dedicated instructor who's watching their progress, providing feedback, and checking in with them. And in addition, they pay for the training. So there's a value that goes along with what they're learning. This isn't something that you can say, I'll get to it when I get to it, and that time never comes. When we want them to use our product, we want them to be successful with our product, so they need to know how to learn how to use it. So having the training at a designated point of time where we know within these 3 weeks or within these 4 weeks they're going to learn this aspect of the application, then we can feel pretty confident that they're ready to move on with launching to their end users or whatever their next step is for their implementation.
So one of the things that you guys are trying to do is create that sense of urgency. Can you talk a little bit about that, why that's important and how you do that?
It's important for a lot of reasons, not least of which is that they bought our software to solve a problem. And before they start using it, they still have that problem. When we have a new customer and they're implementing the software, there's training that they get, and it's included with their license fees and things of that nature. But when a new employee comes on board, or when those existing employees want to go to the next step with the application, knowing that they're going to need to get approval for this training and they'll need to pay for it, and they have a goal, and the whole reason why they're learning this next part of the application is because they're trying to solve a problem that they have. And so the best way we can help our customers solve their problems, and therefore they're happy customers who will renew and continue to be customers with us, is to make sure that they're supported when they're learning how to use these other areas of the application. So if we just let them have the training either for free or for an indefinite amount of time, other things get in the way. And it will always be, oh, well, we'll push that Qvidian project to the back burner. We'll push that off till next year. We have new and more urgent needs. But when they only do have an opportunity to do the training in a specific duration of time, it does create that urgency and create some excitement and keep the momentum moving forward from the time they made a decision, we need to solve this problem, Qvidian can help us do it, to starting to see those gains and those solutions.
Well, Leah, thanks for taking the time to sit down and chat with us about your customer training program at Upland Software.
You're welcome. It was fun.